What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today we're going to see if Hacivat can dethrone the king. That's coming up next, and this is Mega Dave's Faves. Yo, what is good, Fave fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a Favy baby. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave. This is my channel, Oh So Fresh, and this is my series, Mega Dave's Faves. I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love, and I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge, fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy the content. Also, think about subscribing and hit me decent right down on my notification bell. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. Today, as you heard from the intro, it's going to be my take on Hacivat. I know, a lot of people done it. I got to do it. I got it. I'm going to do a video, Aventus versus Hacivat, but I want to do strictly Hacivat. I have done one Aventus review a long time ago. It was on my favorite batch, 17Q11, but I do think it's about time to get into a little bit more modern of a fragrance. So I do have 18BL1 that I may decide to do a full one on. I may tag up with Jesus Fragrance and we may go over a 19 or a 20 batch, something like that. But anyway, that's beyond the point. What we're doing today is taking on Nishane's Hacivat and see if he can dethrone the king. All right, the fragrance that we got, Nishane's Hacivat. I think it's Hacivat. I've heard a bunch of different pronunciations. It says Hacivat. It's from a Turkish house called Nishane, I assume. Again, all of this is just rhetoric because I don't really know the pronunciation. I don't think anybody really does, even them. Nobody knows. Perhaps it means a whale's vagina. We are not positive about it, but one thing we know is this has pineapple in it, and it's widely considered a clone of Aventus, but the house itself, Nishane, a huge masterpiece of a house. I think they've been out maybe something like 7 years, so very, very new in the fragrance game, at least for some of these houses that have been out like Creed for 4,000 years before the start of time. Before fragrances were even a thing, there's houses that were around. Of course, again, that's speculation. None of this is true. I have not fact-checked any of this, but this has not been around that long. This, I think, is a 2017 release. Didn't really catch buzz like Buzz until, not Buzz Lightyear like him, that's Buzz Lightyear, but it really caught fire about a year ago or so, 18, 19, really started picking up steam, and now it started to lose a little bit of its steam, so I'm probably on the tail end of this, but this is still a solid fragrance from an amazing house that needs some love. That's why I'm showing it some love. Some of my other fragrances that I love from this house, and in case you haven't noticed, and let me know down in the comments which ones you want me to take my review on, but Wulong Cha is amazing, Ani is amazing, Colognes is amazing, a little bit fresh like Mugler type of cologne, but lasts a little bit longer, it's just a lot more expensive than the actual Mugler cologne. They got Fan Your Flames, there's a whole bunch of them, so let me know down in the comments if you want me to do another Nishane. I definitely will. This one, probably the star of the show though, and why it's here today. But anyway, that's enough about all that. Let me shut up and get to why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right, I got my Hacivat. I got my white bottle here. Of course, the old handy dandy fresh strip, and we're gonna take this baby to paper. All right. I'm a fan of Aventus, right? Now, I wouldn't consider myself like a fanboy. Yeah, probably would. Pretty damn good. I mean, it's real good. This opens up like super tart, very juicy pineapple. Realistic as well. Now, this is a very synthetic fragrance, but it's juicy. You can pick up some bright grapefruit in here as well. It's just got a lot of nice citruses popping. Very similar like Aventus. And I will say this, though there is bergamot that you can pick up, though there is pineapple that you can pick up, this, if you don't smell side by side to Aventus, would think like it smells like Aventus. But knowing as many bottles of Aventus that I've smelled in different batches and all of that, this does not smell like Aventus. This does have pineapple and bergamot. That's why it will be considered like Aventus or Aventus cologne even. But there is zero characteristics other than the fact that it's pineapple and bergamot in the opening, bright, juicy, very mass-pleasing, that type of thing. but it is not an Aventus clone. I don't even think this was technically meant to be inspired by Aventus. I don't really know their thinking, but I do know that this has notes like it. So maybe in their brain, they want something mass pleasing. Pineapple's going to get it done every time, especially that nice bright citrus. Always going to make people in the stores when they smell it. That's the important part. You want that opening to be the one that hook, line, sinks them, and they take this $200 and something bottle home. But it doesn't smell like Aventus, at least to my nostrils at all, at least not in the general direction of it. It has some vibes or a vein of it, but again, I'm going to get off of that, but this is not an Aventus clone, inspired expression, whatever you want to call it. This is its own fragrance, and it smells way different even from the opening. And things really change from what you would even think Aventus smells. If anybody out there has smelled Aventus, we all know it kind of has the same vibe-ish thing going on with the pineapple. Then it starts moving down to some black currant and things like that, and moves down to that fantastic ambergris, a little bit of woods, got oak moss and all of that, the birch. This one, for me at least, stays pretty linear from mid to dry down. You get this herbaceous green earthy note that comes in. It's really good though. It gives a little different vibe. It definitely gives, I think, like a more masculine feel to Aventus. And even though Aventus is very masculine, just gives off that type of masculine vibe. A little bit greener, a little bit more herbaceous, like I said, kind of have like a sour tinge to it, where Aventus is pretty smooth. This is packed with Ambroxan too, and a lot of people probably won't mention that, but I can pick it up. I'm pretty sensitive to Ambroxan. I love Ambroxan, but this is filled with Ambroxan, and it's just pushing off. There are a lot of synthetics in here, so for those that do not like synthetic ingredients, maybe sample this instead of buying the whole bottle, but it is very good. It is very mass pleasing, but like I said, I just want to be upfront and forward. It's synthetic, but in such a good way. So nice little sour pineapple to it, almost like the pineapple almost turned. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It is a very good, very unique note where you normally would think if this is a clone, you would never go in this direction. It does. And a lot of people actually do like this. As always, I wear everything. I've been wearing this thing multiple times. This thing dries down. Like I said, it's very similar to the mid, all the way down to the base. We do pick up a little bit more of a woody note to it, but like I said, that oak moss comes through, that green herbaceous note, a little bit of jasmine in there, some patchouli, kind of all blends together and makes this a very green, grounded, earthy fragrance. But the amazing thing is that it just pushes and pushes. This thing lasts way longer than what the original Aventus does, even going back to when I started 17 and just a hair before, the 16s that I've tried. I have 13 ZZ01. I have some older batches, 15X01, and I've tried all of them. This one outperforms all of them by almost like a mile. So speaking of longevity, now who, what, when, where, how to wear it, I do think that this is a masculine fragrance. Now, for women that love Aventus, I think you'll probably love this. It has that opening that is very mass pleasing, but ultimately this is a masculine fragrance to me. If you like Hacivat, if you like Aventus, any of that pineapple-y, oak mossy, woody dry down, wear what you love what you wear. For God's sake, do not listen to me or let anybody tell you what not to wear or what to wear. Just, this is, to me, in my mind, put it in a box for the majority of people, masculine fragrance, earthy, woody. It's designed for men. Now, where to wear it? This thing definitely could be used in a lot of scenarios. For the office, for the CEO, going shopping. I don't think this is designed, at least for me, where I am up Chicago, the northern areas. This isn't designed for winter, but for summer, absolutely. Springtime, fall time, absolutely. Depending where you live, southern parts of the United States, warm climates, you're probably going to get away with this anytime you want. You can make this a signature scent if you like. Probably be a little bit pricey to do that, but you could do that. It is pretty versatile as far as what you can do with it and where you can do it. You could probably get 3 seasons out of this and wear this to almost any environment. Now, close quarters, because it does have some power to it, I definitely go way lighter on the trigger. So for that reason, I do think this is better for outdoor environments, being outside, shopping, that type of thing, or going out to beaches. Like I said, just give it a little bit of room for this little sultan to just take off on his ponies and ride down to sunset, because it does have a lot of horsepower. All right, now how to apply it? A little bit tricky. So I've tried this thing multiple different ways. The best way that I've found for me personally is doing a 1 behind the neck, 2, 3, and if you dare and you want to, you can 1 dab it to give a little bit more sillage, but this thing does not need it. 2 to 3 sprays is probably just perfect. You could even 1, 2, 3 if you like. I kind of went with the 1, 2, 3 to give a little Hadouken, little push out, but this is extremely strong. And with that spray pattern, I got about 10 hours from this thing with almost 3 hours of push. This is an incredibly long-lasting, hard-pushing fragrance that you're going to pick up. And the more amazing thing is that 2 to 3 hours that you're going to get in push when it is hot outside. Like it was 90 degrees today. I'm wearing it. It's just pushing off. Just like a lot of these synthetic fragrances do, they just warm up kind of like one of those little wax melters and they just push the scent off, and you're going to get even better sillage and even better projection. Even after you think the projection is done, you're going to sit there as you're warming up if you're hot, and then you're just going to get whiffs of it, and that projection just comes right back like, hey boy, I never left. I'm still here. So that's one of the best things about this is that projection, that sillage, that performance is incredible. All right, we got all that out of the way. Now let's get to the fresh score. All right, as always, I do everything the same. In my fresh score, the fragrance can get a total of 35 points. That's a perfect score, 5 points in each category. If it gets them all, just crown it the best fragrance ever lived. I don't think there's any fragrance that's ever going to get a 35, but we're going to see which ones come very close to it. And the categories that we got: performance, packaging, sprayer, originality, performance, value, versatility, and of course, the all coveted compliments. All right, starting out with packaging, let's go over it. This is where it differs, especially from Aventus. So this is the box that it comes in. Has a sleeve that goes over it to reveal the other box. So this is just paper to protect it. Then we have the box itself. It says Nishane. Nice little wood box. Then we open it to reveal the fragrance itself. Fragrance itself nestled, the little logo for Nishane, I assume, some type of horse riding, letting you know, hey, this baby's about to gallop into the sunset. Like I said, nice little coffin, if you will. It's just cardboard in there, not foam or anything like that. And then the fragrance itself is nestled in there very good. Then the actual fragrance itself. White bottle, very, very heavy gold top. Weighs more than, this cap weighs more than the bottle it does filled. Gold, says Nishane. Very plain, very modern, very simple, very elegant. Done just right. Definitely looks like a Middle Eastern fragrance or a Turkish fragrance, like what it is. Very, very nice. They put a lot of money and a lot of effort into the packaging and into the bottle. And as most of you guys know, I don't give a f about the bottle, the packaging, any of that. I only care about the juice and the sprayer. If that's your thing, going off of packaging, 4.5 points. You're not going to get too much better than this packaging itself. It's done extremely, extremely well. So for those fans of the packaging, that's what you got. All right, taking the sprayer into account next. Again, I actually care a lot about the sprayer. If you put a lot of effort into the sprayer, you care about the juice inside. That's kind of been my motto. If you're putting money into this, that's distributing and atomizing your fragrance, then you want people to have it on their skin. Otherwise, why you've been putting fragrance out? So taking the sprayer, very good. Not super wide, but it does have a very good push. It is a very, very above average sprayer. The sprayer, to me, gets 4 points. All right, next, we're going over originality. So this is an Aventus clone, right? No. This is a spin of a pineapple fragrance, and I've said this a bunch of times in just this review alone. This is a completely unique fragrance, at least to me. It takes the pineapple-y open brightness and gives it some sour, herbaceous green notes and completely becomes something else. It kind of transforms into a very good, high quality, although synthetic fragrance. It's done very well. And as you can tell, a lot of love and a lot of thought was put in this to make this different while also finding some similar veins and touching on points that people love, which is that pineapple, that bright opening. So for originality, taking to the account that it is original and not a clone, 4 points. All right, getting into performance, another thing that I care about. I know a lot of people don't really care. Oh, I don't care if anybody can smell me. I do care. I want something to last, especially if I'm paying $200 for a bottle. I want the juice to last. I want people to smell it and be like, what you got on? Oh, it ain't nothing but $200 fragrance. Performance on this thing is extremely well. This is a very, very long-lasting fragrance that you're going to get a ton of notice from. So for that reason, the performance on this bottle, at least the one that I have, gets a perfect 5. All right, and speaking of, to get this from fragrancex, where I buy a lot of my fragrances, the market price going is $220 for a 50 ml. Of course, shop around. You can buy a bottle like this on the gray market for about $140, $150 on Facebook. So definitely do your research. Don't just always automatically go to fragrancex. Now, if you're one of those people that are worried about getting authentic fragrances, then of course do that. But on the gray market, there's a lot of trusted sellers and a lot of people swapping and selling, and you can get this had for a much better price. But this is the price currently from fragrancex, so that's the price that I'm going to be going with. So $220, 50 ml, a little over $3 a milliliter. For me, the value a little bit low for what it does. Yes, it is a very strong fragrance, but I give that a 3.5 for value. All right, moving into versatility. Now, I said it before, this is amazing for warm weather. This is amazing for spring. I think you can pull this off with fall just fine. You can wear this to the office, but being as strong as it is, it's kind of going to be dangerous. Depending on how you spray, you could overspray, you could choke some people out. So versatility is a little bit less than what Aventus would be, at least for me. So for that reason, I give the versatility 3 points. All right, now, again, a very, very popular and probably the heaviest weight of the whole thing for most people, besides this bottle, which is killing me. Luckily, I can curl 1,000 pounds. Compliments. Compliments on this are going to be very similar or even better than that of Aventus, being that this is louder, it pushes more, you're going to get noticed a lot more, and in the air it does come off and gives off this gorgeous pineapple-y, soury green herbaceous note, and you're going to get compliments. That's just a fact. In fact, I think this will get you more compliments than Aventus. I know it's been tried and true that Aventus is a boxer dropper and men love it more than women. I think adversely, this would be more women. We're going to pick this up. Men are going to like this on yourself as well. Like I said, this is an exceptional fragrance. So for compliments, 4 points. All right, we do a little math here and we got 28 points overall. Pretty solid. This is a very good outing. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this fragrance. You're going to have one side Aventus. You're going to have one side Team Hacivat, however you say it. So you pick the side. I personally think this is done very well, and it is a standalone fragrance, and it is not a Creed Aventus clone, and I said this for the last time in the video. So you choose. It is a very good outing. It's one that I think if you like that type of thing, put it in your inventory. If you're an Aventus fanboy, if you're an Aventus fan, keep the Aventus. If you like Hacivat, keep Hacivat. Have them both. Alternate them, whatever you want to do. But that's my take on it. Sorry that it took so long to get to it. But like I said, let me know down in the comments if you want me to take on another fragrance from Nishane. I will do it. I have a couple of those. I don't mind buying more from Nishane. The house is very good. Istanbul company. Definitely do not mind showing love and respect to that house. But with that being said, that's all I have. Till I come to you again, I ask that you continue to be blessed and stay fresh.
We got these shorties on the floor.